sort of rings a bell.
Yeah,
but...
and I've met him twice because I worked with his partner, and I didn't know he was an alcoholic.
Okay.
Because I met him sort of 6-7 years ago, so I had no idea. And when I saw her, I was kind of going, you know, when you know someone but they're not close friends, it's a former colleague. I'm like, and I rewound it, went, that's definitely her, and sent a text to a mutual friend and said, is that her on telly? And got several texts back saying yes, it is. And you know, we've talked about our love of Louis Theroux and the way he does programs. You know, you feel like he gets very invested in their lives, but doesn't get too intrusive. The questions he asks are quite.
Well, he sort of does stand back, doesn't he? We said this. He's our way in, and he's the observer. He doesn't get involved. Although, again, that story with Joe and the just the bit where he hugged, hugged him, and that was so touching. I think it's just very, very poignant. I think if Luke was on, it's a shame he's not in this week because it really affected him. I know, and he probably would have a lot more to say on it.
I think
found stuff.
No one does this better than him. I don't think there's a filmmaker out there that gets the people that well.
And he's doing another couple, isn't he, in the UK? This is sort of
there's another one coming up soon, and then
I think there's 3 all in all.
Oh, is there? Oh, that's good.
We'll end with I say comedies. Flowers. Flowers.
Well, I haven't watched this, so I can't say whether it's fun.
This was sort of I don't know if it was like an attempt to do Arrested Development or something. I don't know. It was a family full of like eccentric like artists and they all lived in the countryside. The main couple played by Olivia Colman and is it Julian Barrett?
Yes, Julian Barrett from the Mighty Boosh.
And they were this couple. They sort of had a free relationship, but neither were really happy. He was like a children's author or something, and it's just a bizarre. I mean, I've watched 2. It's just, I don't even know how to. There was like 1 or 2 moments that made me laugh. Olivia Colman's quite good. Georgina Campbell, who we loved in Murder by My Boyfriend, seems to be making some odd choices now. She was in After Hours, the Sky One riverboat radio station comedy. Thing with Blake Harrison, which kind of Tripped, and now this. And I think it feels to me like she doesn't want to be defined as the girl in that sort of abuse drama.
Yeah, by doing.
She was all right in this actually. She played like the object of affection of the twin. Olivia Colman and Julian Barrett had like grown-up twins. The male was played by Daniel Rigby from the BT adverts. I can't remember who played the female. And they were both in love with the Georgina Campbell character.
So a little bit of a triangle there.
Yeah, it was just, I don't know. It's certainly not something that I probably won't carry on past Act 2.
Right. Not a high recommendation.
I don't know if there's people who are hooked by this. I think the general consensus is that Olivia Colman is very good in it, but you don't want to spend time with these people.
Yeah.
They're all
I haven't seen much of this. I'm only surprised that really this is sort of a new venture for Channel 4 to show something like this over a number of nights. They've done occasionally drama stuff, but never sort of a light comedy.
Something they just wanted to get rid of quickly.
Yeah, before
the
next set of schedules. So yes.
Yeah, the next comedy is The Windsors, which starts next.
That's right. Yes, the one written by the guy that wrote Star Stories.
Yeah. So finally, Witless, which is a new BBC, not the first BBC Three online comedy. I've been told off on Twitter.
I wanted to really sort of say that, but I mean, I think you handled it very well.
That was Flat TV, apparently. Yeah. But this is a sitcom, stars Kerry Howard, who we loved in Him and Her, and also Zoe Boyle, as flatmates who witness a shooting and have to go into witness protection. Basically, it's that the Zoe Boyle character has been trying to sort of distance herself from the Kerry Howard character. They're sort of like an odd couple relationship.
Yeah, she was about to move out of a shared house.
And it's sort of a step backwards now for her that she's having to share again, and they're on the run, fearing for their lives and stuff like that. I'm really interested, Gary, in what you thought of this. It's one of those.
This was hit and miss. The problem with Kerry Howard is she's Russell Howard's sister, and I can't quite get used to that. It's kind of weird.
The plot doesn't necessitate that you have to go.
No, but I know it now, and now I can't stop knowing it. I thought the best characters actually were the two wannabe gangsters. And you know, they're sort of...
You know who the best performer in this was?
Go on.
John Inverdale.
Oh, yeah. Now, you prefaced my watching of this with the John Inverdale Witness Protection, and that is quality. That is great stuff.
Your Guide to Witness Protection. I just think that was the best.
I can only hope that they carry that on to episode 2, because I do think that was a shining light. There were sort of good little performances and good little gags here and there, but then some of the other stuff didn't quite...
I think the actresses have good chemistry. I think that's the crucial thing here.
And I suppose what we should say is that they, even though they've been relocated to Swindon, away from Bristol, it ends up that the guy that did the killing, they end up being in his house in a house party. One of them left their phone or their wallet there with their Boots Advantage card, which I thought was a nice gag. Yeah. So in the next episode, they've got to go back and get it and risk meeting him. They
basically aren't doing well at being in witness protection, even though they're watching those videos with John Inverdale.
Well, we assume they are. You never actually see them watch them. So overall, though, for a comedy, it made me laugh. And let's face it, you know, there are a couple of times where I did laugh. So let's face it, that's not bad.
I'm never sure with you, Gary.
What?
Never sure which way you're going to go on.
No, and I must admit, you know, I wasn't really sure what to make of it. I suppose as well we should mention that it's going to be on BBC One tonight after 11, I think, or after 10. I think it's getting a BBC One.
Well, after 11 is also after 10.
Well, no, I know, but you know what I mean. So, but it's getting a repeat on BBC One, which I hope people will watch.
Is it like 10:35?
Something like that, yeah, after the news or something. And it might not be tonight; it might be tomorrow night. But it's getting a repeat. So let's see what people say. I will watch episode 2.
Okay.
There you are. Oh, I suppose I ought to say this probably should have gone in Gary Goes West, but I finished Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt Series 2. It gets better. I think I mentioned that because it's sort of a second series, everyone was sort of thinking, how is it going to be, you know, how is it going to work out, because most of the stuff was resolved. It turns out it wasn't, and you've got a lovely cliffhanger for Series 3, where it turns out that Kimmy is still married to the priest that locked her up for 5 years, or 15.
Okay.
So, and she didn't even know she was married to him. So that's going to be the good thing for Series 3.
Actually, again, it's a shame Luke hasn't been on, because he actually got me to watch an episode of The Island. I'm not sure if you're aware of it. What happened was, in the last episode, a few of the campers went off for sort of a recce mission in the forest and decided to climb over the cliffs rather than go around.
Break a bone or something, I heard.
The episode ended. You saw, like, the doctor who led the expedition was guiding the others round, and the last to go was this young lad called Paddy, and he just slipped right down into the sea, just fell, dropped, like, vertically.
I'm assuming he's okay, otherwise...
He's okay now, yeah.
It's a very bleak way to end the episode.
Yeah. No, he's fine. I think the doctor got to him in time, and it's all great.
This was discussed in our lunchroom at work, but I wasn't really paying that much attention because I haven't seen it.
Not around the water cooler.
No, the water cooler's in the kitchen, and we have lunch in the lunchroom. It's very, there's a big distance between those two things. Yeah. That is pretty much the end of this episode. You can follow us all on Twitter. You can follow Luke if you want to. He's in Spain, I wouldn't bother. At Luke Custard TV. You can follow me at The Gary Show. Don't expect much this week. I'm on holiday. You know, not my usual. And you can follow Matt at Matt's TV Bites. Again,
I never really tweet anything at the best of times.
Follow us on Facebook, search The Custard TV, give us a like, post your comments.
Don't forget to read the Jed Mercurio interview on the website.
Yeah, don't forget that. You can leave us a nice review on iTunes, you know you want to. 5 stars, don't worry about it.
5 stars, no 1 star.
Yeah, 5 star. Apparently, if you leave a 5-star review, Luke might pay you some money. Allegedly.
And then he gets his wings or something.
Yeah, allegedly. Good night and goodbye.
Download this podcast from thecustardtv.com.